We'll start with an opening statement from Coach Yo, and then take questions from the Zoom for Coach Yo and Kennedy Todd Williams.
Just grateful to be back home in the 242. We always try to represent. This was not initially on the schedule for us to make this trip to come back home, but when Bahama Hoops had an opening, they thought enough of what we've done, the fact that they know I love my country, to ask us to come back home. So it meant a lot. It meant a lot to play Rima. She's been working really hard, and I know the Bahamian people have been wondering how she's been coming along. And as you can see, her best basketball is ahead of her. So really grateful for the win. I think Boston College came in red hot, undefeated. Oh no, wait, one loss. But they've been kicking everybody's butts, and so we knew we would have to play, come out and be intentional. And then once we felt like we had the game under control, it was just a game uh, within the game. Us just focusing on where we're trying to go and the type of team we're trying to be in the long run.
Okay, we'll start with questions on Zoom. You just want to unmute.
Coach, your
Yeah.
team was able to shoot was it 51% from the floor. What was it in particular that was able to get some of those looks and be able to hit those shots?
I just think buying into the game plan, we really wanted to work inside out, and I thought we did a good job with that. And as you can see, we were just sharing the ball. We had not, wait, one, two, three, four, five people in double digits scoring. So we were sharing the ball and just working from inside and out. And then our defense is the engine to our offense. So usually when we defend at a high level, we could get out in transition, get easy baskets.
Kennedy, for you, just what did you see, or how are y'all seeing y'all's defense kind of evolve and get better? It seems like each game it's improving, and it was already kind of at a high level.
Yeah, it's growing. I think people, as a team, we're, starting to buy in. There's some things that we have to clean up. But jumping on them first, holding them to 8 points, I think that's pretty impressive. And, I think we just got to continue to just keep building. Like I said, we're just buying in and, it's only going to be up from here. So we just got to continue to buy in.
Kennedy, you kind of had a couple of games there where you kind of in a shooting slump, but today you came back and made up for that real well. So how did you work through that and get back to the potential, that you have for being such a great shooter?
Yeah, shooters keep shooting. I mean, my coaches, pretty much instilled that confidence in me to, just continue to keep shooting. Staying in the gym has been very important for me. And just relying on the work that I put in, coach reminds me all the time. So it's been helping. And then, just, seeing our team just pretty much evolve and sharing the ball and, the hot hand, everyone is pretty much, playing collective team basketball. So, I mean, it's a total team effort, honestly.
Kennedy, I know they still got to play their game here tonight, but the potential, y'all done your part to play UConn on Wednesday. Just kind of what does it mean for this team to get another shot against the top three team so quickly after Paris?
We're gonna be ready. I mean, whoever we play. I mean, whether that's Oregon State or UConn, we are gonna stay to our game plan. And so just being locked into, what the scout, says, and yeah, we're just gonna be ready for anything.
Any more questions on Zoom? Okay, we'll open it up to the floor in person.
Coach, when you decided to put Rima in, what was your thought process around that?
Well, here's the thing. Everybody on our team works hard. So, we want to reward the people that have been incredibly consistent. But like I told you, Rima's best basketball is ahead of her. And, I'm not the type I'm not naive. So I understand what that would mean to her. And I don't want Rima to lose hope because she is going to be a part of the huge future for what we're building here at Ole Miss. And so when I felt like she had seen enough and she was just being great on the bench, it was a no-brainer for me to put her in. And what I really like was the effort she had played with. Rima was really stressed out last 2 weeks because in the Bahamas, you come home, you don't play, everybody want to say something, right? So she was stressed out about that, and I had to tell her to get out of her head. And so this is going to be great for her. Plus 13, 5 points, 5 rebounds in 10 minutes. It gives me the confidence to try her a little bit more in other spaces. And two, it lets her know that all is not lost.
What does it mean to come back home and to have a victory like this in Postgame?
Well, it's interesting because my old team, when we came in, they knew their way around. They knew about the fish fry. They knew, I told y'all we have Bahamians, so they are well traveled and they love coming to the Bahamas because it's warm and it's just a great time for us to be here. A little different from the first time we were at Bahama. It was a close game against Dayton, and we ended up figuring it out. So hopefully, you all see the growth. And we're a top 25 team. We were in a top 25 team there. We were trying to get on to get the recognition. But now that we're there, we have to act accordingly. And so the team really didn't want to let up at any point in the game. And that's what I appreciate, that our culture is starting to just stay consistent for 40 minutes.
What do you hope to get out of this experience this time around?
Just playing. Really, this time it wasn't about coming home for me. It really was about playing top competition, stacking our non-conference because I feel like I have a really good team. Are we where we need to be? No, but I think they're pretty solid, and I just want to give them opportunities to display their talent in front of whomever needs to see it, and also against top teams, so that there's no question when we try to make our bid for hosting or whatever the case may be. Now that's a long ways away, right? But we are a top 25 program now. So what I hope to get is to show that. I think we showed it tonight, and whoever we get to play on Wednesday, we want to show that as well.
Any preference?
No.
What you mentioned, culture, obviously defense
Yeah.
is a part of the culture. You come back home, like you say, you park your defense in the suitcase.
Every time.
Keep Boston College under 40%.
Yeah.
Shooting the defense.
Yeah, like Toddy said, I thought it was, we had some really great moments. There's a passion, there's an attitude that you have to have about getting stops. And the way we guard is not easy. So it takes a lot out of our players. But what I did enjoy tonight was I saw the buy-in. Like they were really intentional about getting stops, and when they didn't, I sat them down. They acknowledged where they were weak, and then they came back in and did what they have to do. Championship teams defend. Championship teams rebound. All right. And we are 45 rebounds to their 24. And then playing defense the way we did one quarter, third quarter, 19 points. That's something that we have to work on. But I was proud for where we are right now and where we're trying to go.
Any more questions? Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.